Nobody tells you these 7 military loopholes until it is too late. If you are thinking about joining the US military, listen before you sign that contract, because there are hidden money plays inside the system that recruiters never mention. And when you miss them, you leave thousands of dollars on the table every single month. Most people only learn about these after they are already in, or worse, after they get out. But if you understand them before you join, you start your military career 10 steps ahead. These are the plays that can turn your first enlistment from barely surviving into building wealth while saving. On this channel, I show you how 3 years can buy you a lifetime bag. So subscribe. Now, let's get into it. This one is wild because it is 100% legal and 100% overlooked. If you are planning on marrying your girlfriend or boyfriend anyway, do it before you join. Here is why. The military pays you what is called BAH, Basic Allowance for Housing. That is free money to cover your living expenses if you have dependents, and yes, a spouse counts as a dependent. Here is the crazy part. The day you sign your contract, the system sees you as responsible for a family. That means you start getting BAH from day one of basic training. You could be out there learning to march, getting yelled at, and still collecting anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 a month, depending on your wife or your dependent state. You are not paying rent, you are not paying utilities, you are in training. That money keeps hitting your bank account every month. So while most recruits are broke in training, you are stacking savings already. If you are smart about it, you can save that money and work out of AIT with $10,000 to $15,000 saved up. Now, let me be clear. I'm not telling you to get married just for the check. But if you already have someone serious in your life, if you are already talking marriage, it makes zero sense to wait 6 months after training and 6 months before training won't change anything. Get married before you join. The BAH will come automatically. And when you are in AIT or basic training, your spouse will keep receiving that pay as long as your paperwork is set up. I know people who literally put their clothes, all the stuff in a $100 storage unit while they were in training because their dependent was living with family or living overseas. They collected full BAH and used it to pay off debt or start investing early. It is not a scam. It is not shady. It is just knowing the rules of the system, and most people do not. That alone can put thousands of dollars in your pocket before you even hit your first duty station. Here is the second secret. Your MOS or job in the military is the most important decision you will make. Most people pick whatever sounds cool or whatever their recruiter sells them on. But if you are smart, you will pick a job that comes with a security clearance, especially if you are a citizen already. Here is why that matters. The security clearance is not just a military perk. It is a golden ticket for your future civilian career. Once you have one, you instantly become more valuable in the job market. Let me show you the math. A regular IT specialist in the civilian world might make $70,000 a year, but an IT specialist with a secret or top secret clearance can earn $120,000 or more. Same skill set, same experience, just that clearance on your resume, and the fact that you are also a veteran compared to a civilian. They choose you before they choose a civilian when a resume comes in front of the hiring manager. Keep that in mind for joining the military. That's also an advantage of joining the US military. So that clearance, that is $50,000 difference in income just because of one decision you made before you joined. And it does not cost you a dime. The government pays for it. The military sponsors it. And when you leave service, you keep it for a few years after separation, and you can renew it as long as you keep a job that requires it. You can literally work into a civilian contracting jobs that are required while everyone else needs background checks and approvals that take months or years. That clearance is career insurance, is a job security in itself. It is stability. It is one of the smartest moves you can make before you even ship out. So if you are joining and your recruiter is pushing a job that does not offer a clearance, stop. Ask them what jobs in your score range come with a clearance, because that single choice can make you tens of thousands of dollars more later. The third loophole is one nobody explains clearly. When should you go active duty and when should you go reserve or National Guard? Most people just sign whatever sounds easier or what their friends are doing, but here is how you really decide. If you have nothing solid going on for yourself in the civilian world, no degree, no stable career, no high income, your parents are stressing you out, go active duty. It gives you full benefit, full pay, full medical, and a clean reset. You can focus entirely on the military and build from zero. But if you already have something going on for yourself, maybe you are in school, a good school, like you have a good civilian job, or a business that makes sense, then the reserve or National Guard is the smarter move. You still get the benefits, you still build time, and you can stack military money on top of civilian income. Either way, you win. The key is not letting someone else choose for you. Do the math yourself. If you are grinding 3 jobs for $4,000 a month while destroying your body, active duty will give you the same amount plus housing, plus food, plus medical and education all included. If you are already making $70,000 to $100,000 and just want the benefits and retirement track, reserve keeps your civilian life intact while still stacking those perks. This is the kind of strategic thinking most people never do. They just sign and then they wonder why they are stuck later. Inside my school community, I break down exactly how to calculate which one makes sense for your personal situation, because that one choice can change everything about how much you earn and how you live. This next one is huge and almost nobody talks about it. When you go through MEPS, the military entrance processing station, you are going to have a medical exam. Most people treat that like a formality. They rush through it. They say, I'm fine. They just want to get in. But that is a mistake. MEPS is where you start building your medical record, and that record becomes the foundation for your VA disability compensation later. Here is what I mean. If you have an older knee injury, mention it. If you have back pain, mention it. If you have asthma, allergies, migraines, anything, mention it. They will document it. And when you eventually get out, that documentation will prove that those issues existed during service. Without that record, the VA can say, we have no evidence this started in the military, and deny your claim. So this one is not about money today. It is about thousands of dollars per month later, because once you get that rating, you can collect that free pay for life. That is the long game, and it starts at MEPS. Do not rush through that paperwork. That one day can literally determine whether you get a lifetime compensation later. Here is another one that recruiters never mention, because I'm on your side. They are probably not. Your BAH housing pay during training is tied to your dependents and your duty location. That means if you have dependents and your training lasts a long time, say your AIT is 12 months, 18 months, or even 24 months, you are getting that BAH the entire time, from basic training to AIT. That could be $2,500 to $4,000 per month for a year or more, all while you are living in the barracks with no rent, no bills, and no major expenses. Let's do the math. $3,000 a month for 12 months is $36,000. For 18 months, that is $54,000. You can walk out of AIT with the kind of savings that most civilians never see in a year. And if you are smart about it, you will not blow it. You will use the difference, you will invest it, you will pay off debt, or use it to buy your first property when you finish training. That is why knowing these small details before you sign is everything, because by the time you find out, it is too late to change your paperwork. This next one shocked me the first time I saw it. If you ever use federal student loans before joining, the VA can literally clear that debt once you reach 100% disability. I'm talking about your debt disappearing completely. In my case, I had around $40,000 to $50,000 in student loan, wiped clean, gone, zero balance, no taxes owed. Imagine being able to tell your younger self that the same country that once billed you for your education will later pay you for your service and erase your debt. That is real, and it is one of the most overlooked benefits in the entire system. Most people keep paying their loans for years because nobody tells them they qualify for full forgiveness. That alone is worth more than the $44 you will spend joining my school community, where I teach you how to find and claim benefits like that step by step. Now, let's talk about mindset, because all these hacks mean nothing if you do not understand return on investment. People look at $44 a month and say that is expensive, but they never ask themselves, what could that $44 turn into? If the information inside my school community helps you pick the right MOS, get a clearance, and earn an extra $50,000 later, what is that return on investment? If it helps you get married before you join and collect $3,000 a month in BAH during training, what is that return on investment? If it helps you document your injuries and qualify for $4,500 a month tax-free for life, what is that return on investment? You cannot measure it. That is why I tell people all the time, stop thinking about cost, start thinking about return on investment. The difference between broke people and people who build wealth is that broke people see the price and successful people see the value. So if you are sitting here debating $44, understand this. That is not a bill, that is a seed. And once you plant it in the right soil, you can get a return that can feed you for life. Now you know the 7 military loopholes nobody tells you about until it is too late. Get married before you join and start collecting BAH from day one. I'm not telling you to get married for money. I'm telling you, if you want to get eventually married after basic training, get married before that. Pick a job with a security clearance. That clearance is worth $50,000 to $100,000 later. Choose active or reserve based on your current life, not someone else's advice. Use MEPS to document everything because future VA benefits start there. Start your BAH doing long training, that is instant savings. Use your VA status for debt forgiveness, that is real money back. Think return on investment because knowledge pays the highest return. If you are watching this and you have not joined yet, now you know what nobody else will tell you. The system rewards people who understand the fine print. And if you learn these plays before you enlist, you will be 10 years ahead of everyone else who just signed up. If you want to learn how to apply each of these step by step, join my school community using the first link in the description below. That is where I break it all down, from choosing the right job to setting up your benefits to understanding how to stack everything the right way. Do not wait until it is too late. Learn the game before you play it. Drop a comment below if you have any questions and I will answer them. If this video that you watched helped you, subscribe for more plays that turn service into freedom. Thank you for watching to the end. Watch this video that YouTube think that will be helpful. Peace. I'm gone.